Good morning. Just pondering, just self-expressing, as all of this is. Some more about just how much the ego has convinced us of the necessity of suffering. Just how deeply ingrained that is, and how we've all of us, not even just modern society, this is human, actually. This has expanded further. We've trained ourselves into sadomasochism. We've all become a bunch of fucking martyrs because ego says so. Because just at some point way back, ego witnessed pain. First of all, experienced pain, didn't like it, right? Because that's what pain is for. It's contrast. You're not supposed to like pain. You're supposed to know you don't like pain, and that shows you do like, oh, I really do like these other things that are not pain. But at some point, ego experienced pain and then witnessed another experiencing pain and saw an opportunity to inflate itself, essentially to inflate its own importance. We've turned the reaction to discomfort, the natural, normal, intended reaction to discomfort, into a shameful thing. If you experience a hurt and you cry or you scream, you're a baby, you're a wuss, you're a pussy. Oh, you don't like doing something that hurts? Oh, you don't enjoy putting your hand on a hot stove? I put my hand on hot stoves all day long. I can do it without flinching. I don't whine about it. In fact, my family has been laying on hot stoves for generations, and we've won a bunch of awards for it because we're that good at tolerating something you're not supposed to tolerate. What the fuck, people? It's become this whole fucking thing. It's a collective circle jerk over suffering. Is what it is. Literally, we get off on suffering. Our own suffering, other people's suffering. We put people on TV, and then we want to know about how much they've suffered and applaud them for it and give them awards for it. And suffering is self-created. It's all a bunch of bullshit. It's a whole fucking hoax created by ego to self-inflate itself. Pain, okay, contrast exists naturally. Contrast is beautiful and important, and it exists. And the soul desires contrast. That's why we're here, in part, but it happens naturally. The growth from that, the expansion from that, happens automatically. It's the result of existing. It's not the purpose of resisting, it's just the result. It just happens because contrast exists, and the soul will lead you into contrasting experiences on purpose. And it's enough to have those experiences, it's enough to just touch the hot stove and go, ow, and then learn the lesson of, I don't enjoy touching hot stoves. Touching hot stoves is not a thing that benefits me. It's not a thing that I seek out. You don't have to seek or create or prolong an experience of contrast. And that's what we've all been doing. And the way we do that is by, first of all, turning it into some sort of noble thing to prolong the experience. And I kind of lost my train of thought. But second of all, it's the resisting of pain. That's what it is. You either prolong it because you think you're supposed to resist it, because there's some greater good in being tough and resisting the experience of pain and pretending that it's not pain, or you're afraid to feel the pain, which also makes sense, which is also ego. It's afraid to feel the pain, and so it tries to pretend that the pain isn't there while it's happening. Again, it's all a rejection of the isness of the moment. It's resistance. It's resistance of what's actually happening. If you just allow the experience, if you are in an experience of contrast and it's happening and you're here and it hurts, and you just admit it hurts and you let yourself feel the hurt, there's no suffering in that. It's the most amazing thing. It's actually the definition of catharsis. It's a cathartic experience. You are supposed to have a visceral reaction to the experience of pain as you're experiencing it. You are meant to cry. You are meant to scream. Doing these things actually at every level assists with the flow of that energy and keeps you out of resistance. It manifests in the physical body as the release of endorphins and all kinds of other chemicals in the brain. There are lots of studies about this, lots of studies about cursing even, how cursing out loud, and it doesn't matter what the word is at all, if it's a word that you consider to be a curse, and you shout it while you're in pain, it releases chemicals in your body that improves your ability to just experience. It's not about increasing your capacity to suffer, it's increasing your capacity to allow, your capacity to be, to exist, to release resistance, to just allow the isness of the moment, even if it's an uncomfortable moment. It's fully acknowledging and being present in the awareness of this is uncomfortable. Let me scream, that literally also is flowing the energy. It's just letting the energy flow. It's flowing with it, it's letting it move through you. And the result of that is growth, is expansion automatically. Again, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to heal it. You feel it and it heals. That's how it works. It's just mind-boggling to me, and to witness in my own self still over and over the amount of things that I have just ingrained into programming and thought, well, it sucks, but I'll do it anyway because I'm supposed to do it until it stops sucking. No, that's not how it works. You're not supposed to just keep touching the stove thinking, well, I should be able to do this and have it not hurt. No, it's supposed to hurt, and it's supposed to hurt so you don't want to touch it and you stop touching it. That's how it works. You don't keep putting your hand in the meat grinder hoping that the next time, well, I'm going to be able to stand it. And, then I can tell people I'm really good at suffering. Fuck. No. I'm done with that. Society. We're done with that. It's time to stop getting off on our own fucking suffering, to let contrast be contrast, to grow, to let it serve us, to let that experience serve us the way it's intended to, which is to know that it's painful, to feel the pain, the discomfort, the contrast, go all the way in it, scream, cry, express it, and let that energy move through us. And then in doing so, you actually expand. You expand your energy, you grow your energy, your frequency, your vibration, you expand your consciousness, the capacity to allow. That's the way it's supposed to work. And you know with clarity what you actually desire. By knowing what you don't want, you know with clarity what you do want. And now you move towards those things. You don't keep doing the thing you don't want. There's no more result to be found there. You did it. You found it. It's pain. Now you know. I like not pain. I'm gonna go do not pain. What feels like not pain to me? Oh, this. Taking a bubble bath. Hugging somebody. Staring at the sunset. Appreciating this beautiful landscape, this day. All of these things. I'm gonna go do those things now. And when contrast meets me, as it inevitably will, I will welcome that, because I know it is giving me more desire, more things to understand that I want. And that's how the process works. That's it. That's all I got. It's time to stop suffering. I'm fucking done with it. Yeah. No more circle jerk over suffering. No more fucking martyrs. That's it. It's time for humanity to embrace the status of victorious. We're not victims. We've been making ourselves victims. I'm done with it.